in this lesson, in this class today, we are going to just stretch a little and flow a little bit and get all of the wiggles out. So you don't need any props if you want to have a block handy. That might be helpful to you if you usually use something like that. I am not going to use any props. You can have a blanket handy if that's something you enjoy, but we are just going to flow and move. So to begin with, we're going to start in child's pose. So bring your big toes to touch, create a little bit of space between the knees and sit back. So as I'm working into this child's pose, I am feeling a little bit of tenderness in my back. So whatever you feel as you're moving into it, just go ahead and kind of take a minute to feel whatever it is, right? So heading your way down to your child's pose. The whole point of today's practice is just to tune in and see what you feel. So we'll take a few moments to linger here. Go ahead and walk your hands over to the left side of your mat, maybe even coming off of the mat, stretching out the right side of your body, pushing down and back. Coming back across the mat over to the right side. And just wiggle around and feel what feels good here. Come on back through center. Look up towards the hands. Come up onto spider fingers here. Really stretch your heart down towards the mat. And then begin to rock forward slowly. Pull the knees together right underneath your hips and curl your toes under. So maybe sitting back, applying a little bit of a stretch to the feet here. If you're not feeling this, you can walk your hands back to your knees and sit right up over your hips. But for me, this is more than enough. Come on, rock forward, release those toes, give them a little tap, and then sit back. And then come on forward, walk your hands just past your shoulders and lower the hips. Just a nice gentle little back and forth, stretch and lower. Maybe taking a little bit of a circle around a clock, going back the other way. Fidget and wiggle, that's all we're doing, just warming up. So from here, go ahead and curl those toes under. Keep the hands where they are and start to lift the knees off the mat, coming into a little crouching shape here. And then maybe straightening the legs, pedaling out the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Walking the feet about 3 inches closer to your hands, bending the right knee and then the left knee. And if you're paying attention, that was the wrong side. Then the right knee and then the left. Walk your feet another 4 or 5 inches towards your hands. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Finding a nice forward fold here. Bending the knees deeply. And then go ahead and keep the fingers of the left hand on the mat. Bend the left knee and start to reach the right arm out and maybe up. Maybe finding a little twist here. Don't overthink it. And then the right side comes down, the right knee bends, lift up and open with that left. And then go ahead and bring both hands down to the mat. Walk them a little bit more towards the top of the mat. Step your right foot forward and your left knee back. And go ahead and drop the left knee down. Right hand comes to your right knee and reach the left arm up. So we're going to linger, just taking a nice stretch. Now go ahead and drop the right hand down maybe and reach that left arm over the top. You can stay here or you can bring that right hand around. Nice. Come all the way back up through center. Go ahead and grab onto an imaginary bar overhead and pull yourself up, open up into cactus arms. And then on the exhale, straighten both legs and reach for the floor. Hinge. Maybe slide that left foot in a little bit. Melt down over that right leg. And then just go ahead and step forward. Back into that forward fold, top of the mat. Bend the left knee. Reach the right arm up. You can look up or down. Neither is wrong. And then bring the right hand down, the left arm up. Both hands down. Melt over the legs. Step back. Right foot comes back. Right knee comes down. Left hand to the knee, reach all the way up. Nice, now take this into a nice side lean. Maybe bring the hand down or sweep it around the back. Back up, grip the bar, curl the toes under, reach up, open up into cactus, reach open. Little jazz fingers here. And then exhale, straighten the legs. You can bring both hands to the thighs here, or if you have the space, slide the hands down to the mat. Maybe slide that right foot in, square off your hips, drop your head. Inhale, look forward, step forward. This time we're going to take a chair pose. So big toes touch. Melt down over the legs. Walk your hands back slightly so they're maybe even with the pinkies. Drop your heels or drop your hips and then start to walk the hands to your knees here. Nice. So we're in our little chair here. And then exhale, I want you to round through the back, tuck your tailbone down, hollow out the belly. And then on an inhale, reach your tailbone long, flatten your back, and maybe start to reach the arms out in front of you. Now lift the heart from here. Inhale all the way up. Nice. I like to hook my thumbs and pull the arms back by the ears. And then we're going to exhale all the way down. Step back with the right foot. Reach that right arm up. Nice. Left arm can stay at the hip. We're going to turn slightly and reach towards that front opposite corner. So keep your hips square. Keep reaching long. And then exhale, sweep that right arm across the mat and then open up into an extended side angle. Pretty fancy. Inhale, reverse. So reverse warrior. And then we're going to place both hands down either side of that front foot. Step forward into your chair pose. Hands can stay at your heart if that feels better for you. Inhale, hook little reindeer antlers, open up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back with the left foot. Nice. Come all the way up, left arm, right hand reaches down. We're just going to aim for the opposite corner and then sweep across and up and open into your extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, both hands come down, plant on the mat, step back into your downward facing dog. Should feel familiar. Keep those toes right where they are. Lift the heels, bend the knees, push away from the hands, and then come back into that child's pose with the toes curled under. Inhale all the way forward, release the toes, and roll all the way down to the mat. So we're not quite done yet. We're just going to strengthen the back a little bit. Come up onto spider fingers, elbows behind you. Inhale, lift the head, the heart, and the shoulders. Now, if it feels better to take a little cobra here, take the cobra. Otherwise, we're just getting into the back, lift, and then lower. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, roll up. And then exhale down. And then go ahead, push all the way back into your child's pose, and we're heading exactly back into where we began in our child's pose. So anything that feels good for the hands, I'm going to stack my hands, put my head down on top of them, and just settle in. Take a look at the end of your mat. Walk your hands forward. Sit way back. Stretch the hands over towards the right. Take that nice little stretch. Over towards the left. Take that little stretch. And then come on back through center. Come up onto spider fingers. And then walk your hands back so that you're sitting up on your knees. I'm going to turn so that I'm facing you. Let your hands fall down by your side. If it doesn't feel good to sit on your ankles like this, you can certainly come to any seat that does work. Take that right arm up and over. Nice big lean here. Exhale, fold forward. Sweep the right hand across. Bring it to the mat. Left hand comes across and up, and look under that elbow. Exhale across. All the way up. Look up. And then come back through center. Sweep the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. Open the heart here. Tuck your chin. Feel the length from the base of the skull all the way down your back. Maybe feeling the stretch across the front of the chest. I'm going to go ahead and release the hands, release the arms. So we're going to wrap up today's class with a little bit of breath. So if it feels better to come down to a seat, you can do that. Or if you want to sit up on your knees, you can certainly do that too. Just take a moment. So we stretched our body. Now we're going to stretch our lungs, finding stillness. Big inhale, in breath through the nose, fill all the way up into the belly. And then a little bit more. Holding that space at the top. And then very slowly, taking your time, exhaling everything out. When you get to the end of that exhale, pause at the bottom. Inhale all the way in, filling up, filling in, pause at the top. And then exhale, letting everything go. Pause at the bottom. Just taking about 3 more rounds here, pausing at each end of the breath. Finish up your last round here. And then go ahead and open the eyes if they're not already. Let your breath return to its normal cadence of breath, just breathing in and out. Scanning your body, noticing how you feel from the top of the head to the tips of your toes. All it takes is 15 minutes to be mindful of how movement feels in your body, to flush out the chaos of the mind, to find a little bit of ease in 15 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. If you have time, you can go do another quickie little 15-minute video, or you can go about your day. Whatever works for you here. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Namaste.